Hello, this is Claire with Housing. Today we have Lee Johnson with us. She is a former resident, and we're kind of going to get the scoop on what it was like being a on-campus resident from her. So, Lee, if you could start off by letting us know what hall and house you lived in, and we'll go from there.
All right. Hello. The house that I lived in was Aspen House. It is the all-girl house in Van Antwerp Hall.
What
I,
was that like?
you know what? It's better than living with the boys because they smelled a lot. They didn't take care of their hygiene. But being with the girls, of course, you have to deal with so many personalities, just like anywhere else you go. But you also have to deal with like different attitudes and stuff, it was fine. It was fine because we learned so much about each other, and plus we're girls, we can talk to each other about anything. We had treehouse club on probably like Tuesdays or Wednesday nights. Don't quote me. But it's just a community. It's those young women, they impacted my life in the best way, especially my RAs.
Okay, so then Aspen House is the only all-girl house. Did you know you wanted to be a part of that community, or were you just randomly assigned?
I think I remember going into the computer and having to, fill out the housing plan. But all I saw was these like I'm gonna call
Floor
them
plan?
icons or whatever, logos of different houses. And I saw the name of them, but I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I just clicked on one. But it was really like a raffle to me. But it was the best decision that I ever made. I didn't know what I was signing up for. I was just trying to get in. I didn't want to get left out in the cold.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you know who your roommate was gonna be, or did you go in blind?
I went in blind.
Yeah.
And I'm fond of going in blind. That's crazy because I went to Northern blind as well. I never took a tour.
Oh, really? So where are you from?
I'm from Detroit, Michigan, on the west
Okay.
side. So I literally live right next to a freeway, be seeing all the action, being nosy. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I Northern was the only university that accepted me. And
Okay.
that was my only choice. It was either I get into Northern or I go to community college, and I
Yeah.
actually got rejected from Northern first, the very
Oh,
first time I applied. And some
doesn't Northern
oh,
have a
academic probation.
is that what you came in on then?
Yes, I did. Only because I kept calling, I kept emailing. I said, "Hey, you know, this is my transcript. What do I need to do to, if I can get in some kind of way?" And that's what I went about it. When Lee Johnson wants something, she's going to get it. That's me.
Yeah.
And this was Northern gave me a chance. Northern gave me the chance to be Lee Johnson, because before I was ever Lee Johnson, I was Leanne Johnson, and I was not this person who I am today. Northern gave me that chance.
Oh my God, I have goosebumps. So this is more for prospective residents. So people not really knowing what to expect. And so now hearing from you too that you came in blind, like in all three ways. You'd never seen the campus, you didn't know what house you were signing up in, and you didn't know who your roommate was gonna be.
Yep.
Um,
No regret.
what would what would you say you were most nervous about before moving into the halls, and was it something that was worth being worried about?
I'm going to keep it real because that's all I
Yeah.
can do is keep it real at the end of the day. My fear when I came into Northern, which I had came to live here in
Mhm.
Marquette, I knew I was going to a predominantly white school. And I did
Mhm.
not know how to go about that. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if I was going to experience racism or people were going to be very friendly and too friendly to the point where I think they too weird. And that was my fear. I literally got to Marquette, and it was I was so nervous. I was so nervous. I swear I was. I'm just seeing, oh, Lord have mercy. I'm seeing all these white people. What am I doing with my life? Am I supposed to be here? I don't feel like I should be here. That's how I felt. But if it wasn't for my RA and Brooke Thorpe, and if it wasn't for Lisa Sarvello, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce her last name, and Carrie, I think that's her name, Carrie, the woman.
More.
She sits right next with the glasses, short hair, very nice. I could literally tear up. They literally gave me the most biggest heartwarming welcome, and I appreciate that. I cried on my first night. It was a challenge, but it only took me one night. I cried myself to sleep. I woke back up like everything was Gucci. I said, "Hey, y'all, how's it going? I'm Lee Johnson. Nice to meet you. All right, I like your hair, girl. You're looking good. All right." I was up in there. I was running things. I was taking names, taking room numbers, taking snacks. I was in there. No regrets whatsoever. I lived in VA for about 6 semesters. Same room, second floor.
How did you have the same roommate the whole time?
No, I went through 3 different roommates. My last remaining time there at Northern, I had the room to myself.
Woo! I had the room to myself for a portion whenever I was in the halls, and I loved it.
It's a beautiful feeling. It's a I'm trying to keep everything PG. Just know that when you're free, you're free. You can walk around, just walk around. You can eat, you can pass gas as you walk, you can do whatever you want. It's you have your freedom. And it was about time that I had my freedom living there for so long. I am now 22. So I was 21 when I was still in the dorms.
Okay, so you were an older resident in the dorms, especially
I was.
if you were there for 6 semesters, so that's 3 years.
Yes.
And traditionally, after the second year, I would say the vast majority of residents either move off campus or to on-campus apartments. What made you want to stay?
I stayed because you don't really get the community vibe, the community benefit. Because when you living in apartments, everyone is doing their own thing. People, go about their classes. They come home, they eat, they walk the dog or whatever, pet the cat. They shower, they cook, they clean or whatever. They go to sleep. They go to work. But in the dorms, you can knock on anyone's door and they'll answer. Like you can see your friends, you can talk to them. My favorite was the laundry room because, honey, all the conversations was up in there. Talking about, so who panties is that on the floor? Yep, I was on that. It's more social, and I am a what they call it, a social butterfly. That's me. I gotta talk. If I can't talk to you, I might as well talk to myself, and that's no fun. And I love connecting with majority of the girls or majority of the people.
All right, so you said that you love the laundry room.
Oh yes. Oh, and the basement.
What kind of things did you do in the basement?
Okay. A lot of times I play pool, or sometimes I sit there and watch other people, play. What's that thing called? It looks like soccer, but
foosball.
Foosball, whatever it is. And yeah, sometimes I'll sit next to the kitchen because I know people be cooking, and I'll be like, I know they're gonna offer me some food. They real friendly, and all the time I can offer food. But mainly it was because of pool. I will always play pool with different people and stuff like that.
Was it hard to find people to play pool with? Like, did you just go down there and people were playing and you would join, or how did that go?
Or I would ask people, you want to play pool?
Did you have a least favorite part about being in the halls?
The least favorite. Oh, I gotta think now. I think it was the mandatory meetings. I could not stand those. I'd rather I'm gonna keep it real. I'd rather go to Mountain House mandatory meeting any day than to go to Aspen House or anywhere else. I didn't want to deal with nobody. I felt after being there for 2 years. For 2 years, I was like, I'm too old for this. I knew the rules, and I just wish I could have been excluded from it because I've been living here for so long, especially because of my age. Other than maybe dealing with different people, who couldn't take care of their, like the bathroom and stuff like that. Simple, normal stuff. But that's pretty much it.
What would you say was your favorite place to be in the residence hall?
Okay, I'm gonna say it. Some people gonna be mad, but Mountain House TV room. That's where it was at. I just really like being, with the boys in Mountain House. They were very welcoming. And also the TV room in Aspen House, the sunroom. Love the sunroom. Why? Because them Aspen girls, oh honey, they will literally be hoarders up in that sunroom with all them plants. And I mean, like, don't touch them aloe vera plants. They get mad. They'll throw a fit. My lead, don't touch this, such and such. And they be naming these plants the strangest names. They be like, Lee, don't touch. I'm like, can't tell me what to do, but I respect that. I won't touch it. Can I smell it? And also, I really like being at the desk, the lobby desk. I have made multiples of conversation and made connection, great friendships with different, what the heck are they called? Deskies?
The deskies. Yeah.
Yes.
Completely unrelated to this. Where are you going to school now? Why did you transfer?
Okay. Um, and I think people should know this because I didn't really tell a lot of people goodbye. Um, but I transferred to New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts, which is in Manhattan, in New York. And I transferred because I was in a play. I'm gonna try to keep this short and sweet. I was in a play called Significant Other. It was in the Black Box, and everything was fine. But afterwards, I went into like a dark space. I was using the play as a distraction because I was going through some healing that I'm not going to disclose. And something just told me that I had to leave. I had to leave, and plus I wasn't happy in my major anymore. I was a film major. Like, I have the most respect for all of my professors, and but I couldn't stay. I didn't have a love for it anymore, and I know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to act. I asked all the questions that I could possible, but the professors at Northern couldn't give me the answers that I was looking for, and it's not their fault. They educated me on Broadway, the theater acting. They didn't know much about TV and film acting. So I was just continuously doing my research and everything like that. And something just told me, you need to leave. I was literally in Jamridge. I was in a room in Jamridge, and I wrote a list of all of the acting schools, conservatories specifically, in New York and LA and probably Massachusetts. I wrote the list down. I called every single school. I called every single school. Some people didn't sound nice. I crossed them off. Some people didn't answer the questions. I didn't seek the answers that I wanted. I crossed them off. But one school, the academic advisor, she answered the phone. She said, "Hey, how are you doing?" And I'm like, well, hell, let me get some cookies and some milk because this is gonna be a long chat. And the woman, she answered my questions correctly, and everything like that. And she told me the process, and that was it. I did everything I was supposed to. I wrote my essay, and I wrote that thing quick. I made sure it was the best. That was back in April. It was before we had to leave. It was before the lockdown. It was before
Okay.
the lockdown. And then after the lockdown, I think that was maybe March. I think that was March,
Yeah.
March, April. Ish, I came home, I did my audition. I made sure that I sent them my transcripts and everything. And I never told anyone that I was applying to this school. The only person who knew was my mother. She was the only one who knew. And the reason why I did that, because I felt like, you know what, maybe if I keep things private right now, higher chance that I may get what I want instead of just running my mouth and just talking about it. So I kept that secret for a while. And I had a nightmare saying I didn't get in. And that morning, I, I I got the phone call saying that, hey, just letting you know that we went through your process and everything, and you have scholarships. And I was like, scholarships? I'm like, y'all playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, scholarships for what? And then she was like, congratulations, you made it into New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts. I was like, heck
Oh my
yeah! I
God.
was screaming. I was awarded with my grants, my Pell grants and everything together. I was awarded the following. Note this: $27,345 a year. So basically, it's going to be the same amount for next year because it's only 2 years. It's only a 2 year school. And a year is 34K, excluding housing. So my education is paid for. I'm not sure if it's a blessing or whatever, people believe in, but I can say it was a blessing. I never thought I would be this far. I never thought I would even go to college.
What changed?
Leanne, back in high school, she would try to avoid confrontation. She would try to avoid drama, even if that meant like her throwing in a towel and just ignoring bullies and just shaking it off. I didn't want to experience consequences. I was a good kid. I was trying my best. I was just this weird girl who was a dancer, who always was nice to people, caring, um, of course, queer. And I could never fit in. I
Mm-hmm.
could never fit in. I know we all try to fit in because if you think it'll feel good, make yourself feel better that people can actually enjoy you, but then again, you're not being your true self.
That's such a high school thing too, is just wanting to fit in, and then you
And
get
I
into the
never
real world and people want to
I want
see who you are.
right. I wanted to fit in because I wanted friends. I wanted friends, but I never really changed myself. I was just trying to hang out with the people who are different than me, and see
Mhm.
how they are, But I always been an odd kid, always been eccentric or weird, and I actually did take it as an insult for all of high school. And then when I got to college, oh, that was different. Lee Johnson is this person I created who I wanted to be. She was me, but she was an upgrade. You know what I'm saying? She was an upgrade. And she was like Leanne 2.0. I took my father's name. His name is Lee Johnson. I took his first name to give it some pizzazz, to create my own alter ego. But it was true to me, but it was just me being me unapologetically and not giving a sweet cheek dang on how anyone felt. It took me that one night. Remember, it took me that one night. Everything changed. Brooke, she was quick. She was quick to being at your door. She was quick to knocking it. And oh, she'll make sure that she hear you. Brooke Thorpe, but all right, at the time. But immediately when she said that, what is your name? I said Lee Johnson. My mom looked at me. She was like, she's Lee. That's what I went by. I literally changed my door deck to Lee. I crossed it out. I didn't want anyone to know like me from the past. This is me now. And I am better than who I was before. This is my clean start. This is my next journey. I can't say that if I was to go to a HBCU, I would have gotten the same welcoming, the same respect, the same friendliness being amongst people in my own ethnicity group, black people. I went to black schools my whole life, and I barely got respect. I barely had acceptance. I accepted me for me. Nobody, people didn't. But when I got to Northern, it was the best decision I have ever made. I have no regrets. None. I'm just this big bad Lee Johnson, energetic, no, I was risky, but not illegally risky. Just certain things I could never do. Um, I was fun. I was easy to talk to, down to earth. I was never shy. I cared about everyone. I hugged everyone. I even hugged people I didn't even know. And it didn't matter because I wanted to spread love and joy. That was all me. That was all me. I wanted other people to experience love because some people do not know how that feels. Just to know that this girl doesn't even know me, but she took the time out to talk to me, you know, and it made my day. I literally hear people say that all the time, that she made my day. I'm glad that I met her, and I don't even remember some of these people names, and it means so much to me that I have impacted so many lives, and people have impacted my life in the best way. You never know whose life you could change if you just reach out to a person. And that's all I was doing because people didn't give me the chance when I was younger. People didn't give me the chance. I'm giving people that chance that I missed out on. And I'm getting it back. And it feels good. It feels good to know that you matter. You matter. And you don't have to change yourself for nobody. It's the best feeling in the
I'm
world.
so happy for you.
Thank you so much. It's it's I am beyond proud of myself. And that's why I posted a picture of my younger self. And I said, hey, 7-year-old Lee. It was on Instagram. I am proud of you.
Saw that.
I am so proud of you. And I'm just like thinking to myself, if I can talk to my little self right now, I would tell her, you keep your head up. You don't change yourself for nobody. You keep doing what you're doing. You keep doing what you're doing. You're going to make it. Look at me now.
Oh, I'd give you a hug if I was there.
Yeah, I would too. You wouldn't even have to ask for one. I would have gave you one. Even with a mask on, I would have gave you one because that's just my heart. Yes.
Well, thank you for sharing.
I have accomplished so many things at Northern. Even, you're welcome. Even winning homecoming court 2nd place, my very first year. I didn't get the chance to do the parade because of the weather, but it was still the experience. Something just told me, I want to run. I want to run. Maybe I can win. Who knows? I'm new here. Just like everyone else. Let me try this out. 2nd place. 1st place could have been good, but 2nd place, I'm still grateful for that. I'm still grateful for that because I put on a show. I put on a show before they cut all that off later on. Northern. I love Northern. It will forever be my alma mater. Northern gave me a chance.
You gave yourself a chance too.
Yes. It was the people. It's the people that make up the school. Them students, I love them students. There's a few people I could shout out, but there's people that I could shout out, but I don't know their names. But if I had a picture of them, I'll show it around. Bad respect for everyone, even the janitors, custodial workers. I even I made some good friends. I never told them that I was leaving, and I wish I did. There's so many people I just didn't tell because, I was already at home. I was still keeping it a secret until I got in. But when I got in, I was already home.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I was leaving Detroit to come to Marquette, to pick up my belongings, no one was there at the time because all the students went home. There's a lot of people that don't even know where I'm at. And hopefully when they watch this interview, they can be like, oh, okay, so that's where Lee ended up. Yeah. I love North. I didn't want to leave. I had to
Something
leave.
was calling you though.
Something was calling me, and I needed more, and I couldn't just continue if I wasn't getting what I wanted. That defeats the purpose of me being there.
Hmm.
At a
Yeah.
certain point, you have to leave.
Yeah. To kind of wrap it up, what advice would you give someone who's considering coming to NMU and living in the residence halls?
Trying to pick the best advice. Don't be so quick to judge. You just closing yourself off, it's not going to do anything. You're going to get lonely. Get yourself out there. If you're a bit antisocial, if you're a bit shy, start small. Start
Hmm.
small. You know what I'm saying? If you in class and you sitting next to a girl named, I don't know, Shelly or something, you know, say hi to her. Offer her a stick of gum. That's how I got people. I offered them some
Gum
candy.
gets every.
I'm like, hey, how you doing, girl? And it was either lotion, or it was a stick of gum. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And just starting it off, just put yourself out there. If you have issues with that, connect with your RA. She or he will help you maneuver to be social. Find yourself a club on campus, or even a job, because you can also talk to your coworkers. Not everybody, but you know what I'm saying. You probably got that one or two that's not going to get on your nerves. Um, yes, because you just saying like, oh, I'm just going to come to school, I'm just going to be focused on my studies and stuff. It's not enough. It's not enough. At a certain point, you're going to get tired of just being that scholar. You're probably going to want to, loosen up just a little bit and get out of your comfort zone and just talk to people, connect with people.
Yeah.
You need people in your life. Life gets lonely, especially during this time. I'm surrounded by four walls. I'm telling y'all, this is my testimony. Talk, socialize, walk around your halls. Go take out the trash. You see someone there, say hello. I can't stress this enough. You'll be quite surprised who you can hold a conversation with. Don't be so quick to judge. Oh, because I got locks, or I'm a little heavy set, or I'm loud and stuff like that. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Have a conversation with some of these people. You may have something in common with them. As human beings, I'm gonna get a little deep here. Well, no. We have a fear of being judged. We have a fear of being rejected, of not being liked, of not pleasing somebody. You're not going to always please somebody. There's going to be some people that's not going to like you, and you just got to take that. That's
Yeah.
life. That is life. But the people that do like you and everything like that, that actually enjoys your presence, being around you and talking with you, those people matter, especially people that you meet in college. They become your lifelong friends. And I take that seriously. I got too many people. I got too many people in my life. I gotta categorize them. Doggone it. So many of y'all, it doesn't matter where Lee Johnson goes, I will always get the support from my NMU family. There's hundreds of y'all that have supported me, and I will be forever, forever, forever grateful, even when I'm old as dirt. Grateful.
Well, Lee, thank you so much for your time.
Yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I really
Hey,
do. Alrighty.
bye.
Bye.